reading comprehension, and text organization. Oh, look, I got eyeballs down. The sun is not shining. Okay. All right. Reading comprehension. Okay. All right, that means we got to be finished, huh? And text organization. Schemata. Young students are used to hearing stories and following them from a young age, learning story elements informally. Plot, characters, setting. I only got 10%, so I got to get through this. Teachers should draw on students' prior knowledge as they begin teaching literal and inferential aspects of narrative text. Expository text is organized differently than narrative text, okay, and it requires more explicit instruction. Caution. Evaluate whether students are reading for story elements rather than details, facts, figures, and tables, okay? That's the difference in expository text. Often, transition is difficult from narrative text to expository text since the structure of expository text is not as familiar as narrative text, okay? Narrative text, you're looking for, who, when, where, what the problem was, what the solution was. Expository text is informational type text, so it's different. All right. Schema activities for narrative text. Schema activities for narrative text. All right. Narrative text schema includes story structure. Okay. Character setting, major problems, rising action, and climax. Right. And the resolution. Literary devices, symbol, metaphor, theme, imagery, and foreshadowing. Right. Literal, inferential, comprehension. Tools. Graphic organizer, story maps, KWL charts, metaphor comprehension analysis, through explicit direct instruction. Graphic organizers are amazing. They help students see the story visually. They work really great for my students with autism. It really just helps for them to really understand what they're doing, because things are not, so literal for them even when they're right there in the text. So graphic organizers are bomb in my classroom. Imagery activities, teacher directed. Teacher instructs students in ways to create concrete images from important text descriptions, verifying concentration on important descriptions for comprehensions. You got to check for understanding and make sure they're not cluing into things that are really not the base of what you need to understand when you're reading. Character analysis helps students see the relationships between what characters say and what they do. Helps to determine the character's role in the story. Are they the protagonist or are they the antagonist? Discussion journals are awesome. Offer students opportunity to interact with the text and the teacher or each other in writing. Okay? Here's one right there. The student writes what they thought, and then the teacher is able to respond in writing to them. Okay? Now, this graphic organizer here shows expository text organization and must be taught how to use. So an expository text would be cool. You could use, these types of graphic organizers, ones that, details, sequencing, comparisons, cause and effect, and problems and solutions. Okay? Okay. The next thing we want to talk about is the SQ3R. Okay? SQ3R, which stands for survey, question, read, recite, review. All right? Survey. Students skim text for basic meaning. Question. Turn each heading into a question onto the text and copy in a learning log. Read. Carefully read with questions that you made from the headings in mind. Recite. Students state answers to generated questions or record into their learning logs. Review. Compare answers to text and correct any errors that you may have come up with. QARS. Questions, answers, relationships. QARS helps students answer questions based on information found within and beyond the text. 4 categories of questions. What's right there in the text? The info is in the text. Think and search. Assemble answers by putting pieces of text together. Author and me. Interpret author's point of view and your own point of view. And on my own. Answer is from your own perspective. So questions, answer, relationships. So you can have questions about, the info is right there in the text. You can think and search. You can author and me and on my own. Teaching study skills. Plan. Predict, locate, add, and note. Use visual maps, note-taking, and summary writing to help students prepare for tests. All study skills incorporate activating prior knowledge, retrieving information, taking notes, and writing summaries. How to teach study systems. KWL charts, use SQ3R. Graphic organizers. Oh my gosh. Graphic organizers uses heading to show major idea relationships. Students read and finish KWLs, SQ3Rs, and graphic organizers. Lead class debriefing. Students write summaries of the first three elements. Am I going to make it? Oral and written language development. Oral and written language activities develop the child's ability to read and understand narrative and expository text through speaking and writing. Written language development. It's either emergent, using language expression approach, developing, using story frames, proficient, writing process. Language expression approach. Students learn to write about past, present, and future. Teach kids that what they say can be written down. Teacher writes dictated sentences verbatim. So however they say it to you, that's how you write it. Student writes the stories they wrote. With proficiency, check for understanding for sight word. It says praise, but no. And lastly, story frames. The title of the story is blank. It's about blank. Story frames provide a scaffold to transition students from simple ideas about writing words and sentences to writing full paragraphs. Literal and inferential questions can be answered to deepen comprehension. That is the bulk of my notes. Honey, I am so done. Hallelujah, I'm so finished. That's the end. And I'm about to run out of juice.